We got ourselves team 1 with, we got ourselves Fantasticate? Look how fantastic. I like that Mog. That's a fantastic looking Mog. That's a good looking Mog. We got ourselves Proxy in here, as well as a Shadow Priest with Christina as a Feral, Lasmer as another Monk, and first up is going to be Catalyst on a Demonology Warlock versus Washed Up as another. Whoa, no. Wait. Yes. Wait, no. Both are Demonology. For some reason, I looked at Ins Infernal and I saw Destruction. I was like, oh, okay, Destro. But we got Assassin's Infernal back here. We also got Kata. We got Ad in the back playing that sub. We got ourselves Caratrax? Coratrax. Alrighty. As a Marksman Hunter. And that's going to be Washed Up, sending his pets over at Catalyst. It looks at Catalyst. It is going to play with all his pets. Just going to throw a fear on the Doom Guard. They're probably going to use the other pet for a banish. Wait, is that double pets available from Washed Up? Did it send all the big pets at him? Did he just burn all the big pets? I think he did. We were just looking at the team 2 and it looks like Washed Up already burned the pet stun from the extra Felguard that he summons. Another stun after that Mortal Coil. It looks like Washed Up is playing that more defensively this time. Gonna get boarding up, and Catalyst is gonna hit him with a Mortal Coil. Trinket coming out for Washed Up, trying to land a fear onto Catalyst. Catalyst is gonna go for a Tyrant. And Washed Up, if he's gonna take a bit of damage from all those pets. Into a stun. The Tyrant is actually upon him, right on top of him. Is going to summon a Tyrant of his own as he walls. The Tyrant is still slapping him to him. Does he not let aside the Tyrant? He probably might want to. That's quite a bit of damage. Free damage from the Tyrant. Goes for a banish, but not on the Tyrant. I don't really know. Washed Up just took so much free damage there. For Catalyst, this is huge. Has a massive, massive advantage. As long as he can just catch up to Washed Up, then he'll be okay. He just needs to set up a port exactly what Washed Up is at for a port. Washed Up going for a stun into Catalyst, just trying to avoid him as best he can. Mortal Coil comes out, but that Reflect apparently doesn't reflect Mortal Coil. I guess the Mortal Coil was mid-air as Reflect comes out, and it just doesn't do it justice just yet. Washed Up goes behind the pillar, trying to go for a bit of a Flesh Cup, but looks like he just canceled it. Might have been able to get a full Flesh Cup, honestly. Trying to go for a bit of a Drain Life onto Catalyst and all his pets. Is gonna go for a fear with a banish? Huh. I think he's trying to figure out what CC works in a pet, what doesn't. Does hit him with a fear. With a drain life. It looked like it wasn't even really like a fear. It looked like more like a stun. Catalyst is gonna get himself a fresh new pet. Washed Up is still behind on health a little bit though. Trying to go for a Shadow Fury around the corner with a banish onto his Felguard. Sending out the vile pets in there immediately. Trinket out of Catalyst though. Into a stun into Washed Up. Mortal Coil getting sent at Catalyst. Washed Up looks like he recovered quite a bit of health though. He is starting to come back little by little. Catalyst ports way back. And it looks like both Warlocks are just separating from each other until maybe cooldowns are up. I do wonder what the plan is right now because Catalyst is bailed out of there. And I guess they're just seeing each other's pets. Washed Up getting some free fears as well as some drain lives. Is going to go a stun on the Catalyst, trying to interrupt him too. Finally getting some damage in, getting those big pets up and running though. Trying to get a Tyrant rolling too. Going to be a Reflect for Catalyst right now. Washed Up going, trying to let a stun into Catalyst. The Tyrant is going to do some free damage for Washed Up though. As Catalyst setting up, I think, his own pets maybe. Got himself wall up and running fear onto Washed Up, Trickets out of the fear. The Tyrant is up and Washed Up is in line inside of the Tyrant. I think he's gonna do free damage. Trying to go maybe for a fear banish, maybe onto the Tyrant. Banishes the Tyrant, but the damage is done. Demon Dog has joined the fight. All the pets are still beefed up from the Tyrant, even though it's banished. All the pets are stronger because they are in his presence. And does I think hit him with a curse? I can't tell if it's a curse of tongues maybe, or a, looks like he gets some of the curse of tongues. Maybe not a curse of slow. Washed Up trying to exchange some damage with Catalyst. It's so weird. They're not really on top of each other. They're just sending the pets at each other. Like Catalyst sometimes, Washed Up sometimes push at each other with a full setup of Tyrants, but outside of that, they're just kind of behind the pillar, sending pets at each other. And it's so difficult to see, like, because the pets look all the same. It's hard to tell whose pet is whose. It looks like Washed Up is taking a bit of damage, though. Mortal Coil by Catalyst getting Handle Dance. And that's going to be Reflect available in case Washed Up goes to Mortal Coil. Demon Bolts reflected back at himself. Super unfortunate. Catalyst chases him with Demon Bolts of his own. Man, that's rough. Stun to Washed Up. Does he just die to the Felguard? Mortal Coil is a Felguard just to get some health. Gonna summon a Vilefin from afar away, and I guess he's gonna set up all his pets. Ports, does the Vilefin walk with you? It looks like the Vilefin does not port with you. It is catching up slowly but surely. Stun into Catalyst, stun back onto Washed Up though, and looks like Washed Up might be taken down here. Mortal Coil can't really do much about it. And looks like he's surrounded by the pets and does go down. Catalyst just whittled him out little by little. Just use the pets to do the majority of the work. Usually we have Warlocks be a little bit more hands-on in the approach. Kata is going to be up next. Kata versus Kata. Boomy Kata. Going for a big Star Surge. Is massive damage. Brings Catalyst down to like 25% health or so. Catalysator is going to be going around the corner, trying to see if he can catch up. The Lock is going to try to use the pet play onto the Boomy. Barkskin comes out, and there goes the stun by the pet. And the Kata needs to get more pets. Or the Warlock needs to get more pets on a Druid in order to make some damage happen. But the Druid should be A-okay. Healing overtime available. Dots available. And the Warlock just doesn't have much healing, except with the Mortal Coil. Fear does hit him, trying to make drain life happen here. Before the dampening really spikes super high up. Only 5% dampener right now. So it should be pretty good for Kata, the Warlock, to catch up on a little bit of health here. The Boomkin goes behind the pillar, catching up on a regrowth. Warlock charging at him, does get the stun. Does he go for the setup of pets? Finally able to get some Shadow Bolts in there. Second stun could go maybe for a big Tyrant play. Is going to go for Soul Rod, getting interrupted on nature. Could, if he could somehow walk out of the silence, he could go for a full Tyrant. Reflect available as Starfires are getting loaded up, interrupting Kata, the Boomy. It looks like the Warlock is not going to go for a Tyrant. It looks like he might just delay the Tyrant for later. Just try to catch up on as much health as possible. The Star Surges are going to make all that drain life worthless. Boomy heading behind the pillar. Going for a Cyclone on the pet, trying to catch up on a little bit of health himself as the Rigos come out. The Warlock pushing in. Mortal Coil is available. It's going to go for a Fear right after. And more drain lives. He just tried to catch up as much health while he can with a drain life by the looks of it. Catching up actually on most of the health. Stun onto the Boomy. Barkskin available. And the Warlock, I guess he's just going to let him get away. Kind of just chill there for a second. Summoning more pets into a port on top of the Druid. Druid, take a tail and run while in travel form. Barkskin up. That's quite a big, decent defense. I mean, this is pretty short cooldown, but it is a decent defensive one, just the 2 pets. Because now the Warlock could go for a full setup with the Tyrant if he wants to. If he can get a full setup. I think that's exactly what he's trying to do. Try to use the Curse of Exhaustion to slow the Druid down as best he can. Lands a stun around the corner. Does he go for Mortal Coil around it, or does he just need more pets? Like I said, try to go for a Shadow Bolt. And I don't even know if he actually got that Shadow Bolt off. Trying to go for a health funnel just to maintain his pet as best as possible. Getting interrupted on it. And the Boomy turning attention onto the pet. Trying to see if he can take the pet out. If not, the Warlock does get a full, fresh new pet summoned up. Mortal Coil for the Warlock. Go for a stun onto the Boomkin. Getting the Shadow Bolts up and running. Again, very, very slow when it comes to pet setup. I think he's still just trying to get the basic resources. Does get the Demon Dog is in there. The full setup has this full ensemble is looking like it's coming together. And the Boomy might actually be under quite a bit of pressure with a Vilefin and all those pets. Does go for the full Tyrant. The Tyrant walking at the Boomkin. Doesn't want to cast at him though. Oh no. That's super unfortunate. I think they should make it that if the Tyrant cannot range, if he's walking into targets, he'll start mailing them. He just got to start mailing things, I guess, for the same amount of damage like a cast would. At the same speed that a cast would go through. Like, that's just so silly. Trying to make another Tyrant play, maybe? The Boomy does have a silence, could interrupt the Tyrant. Looks like that is going to be a Tyrant as Catalysator does have all those pets attacking. The Tyrant turns around, get rooted. Just doesn't go for the cast. Just doesn't go for damage. What is that Tyrant doing? I don't understand. I don't. Look at that guy. Just walking at him. He's just walking to say hello. He's trying to settle it like gentlemen, dude. He's trying to use words, not violence. He's just trying to walk up and just tell him to his face how it be, dude. I don't understand. Boomy does go for a trinket. It is going to get stunned immediately as the big Curious setup is available. Getting rid of those. Oh, yeah, the Star Surges reflected though by the Warlock. Still, Star Surges are going to make at least one hit happen. That is still a lot of pets chasing the Druid. If only the Warlock can make enough damage happen, does get the Soul Rod up and running. If he can only make more pets happen, Demon Bolts need to come out. Trying to make as much of a play as he can. The Druid Self Heals with Frenzy Regen are pretty massive though. Is going to go for yet another Tyrant. Is that Tyrant actually going to go for some cast this time? He's walking. Gets it with a Typhoon. It looks like any roots of Typhoons or really anything on the Tyrant just stops him from being able to do anything. That's what it looks like. And I'll try to remember that as a rogue. I'll try to gouge that thing, see if that does anything. Because then it'll just probably just stop doing anything as long as you're moving. Stun onto Catalysator. Catalyst might have someone here. Mortal Coil to follow. Gets more pets up and running. Maybe a stun from range. Try to go for Shadow Fury. But Catalysator does go for yet another Frenzy Regen. Catalyst trying to make Soul Rod happen. Not going to happen. Lots of healing still available for the Boomkin Druid. As we are heading into that 12-minute mark, boys. 42% dampener. But the dampening is starting to get higher where Kata isn't able to always stop himself off and maintain the top health the whole time. So maybe for Catalyst, it might be an opportunity here, boys. Stun onto Catalysator. Does Catalyst have anything to follow up? Does get the Soul Rod. Almost gets the Soul Rod. Tyrant available yet again. But is this Tyrant actually going to get some slaps? Is this Tyrant actually going to get some booty claps? Does get a clap in there. At least one cast goes through. At least the Catalysator goes for a full root on the full pet ensemble. Tyrant, if he just looks to left, maybe one more cast. Oh, good boy. Tyrant actually got 2 casts this time instead of just walking and looking at Catalysator. I feel like if the Tyrant actually got those casts off, wait, Catalysator might be done for. Regrowth into a stun. Wait, does he don't? Oh my goodness, that was a long duel and Catalyst just won that one. That was an extra long duel against the Boomy with his pet constantly just doing weird things. Versus Instant Infernal, who's gonna go for big chaos bolts, reflected that bolt back. Oh, for half his health. How'd you reflect it for half his health? I don't understand. Instant Infernal just blasting himself with a massive chaos bolt. Does he have like a big chaos bolt cooked up? Was just a giga chaos bolt trying to see if he could drop down Infernal onto Catalyst. And looks like he's not gonna be able to do much. Does interrupt the chaos bolt is flying. This is gonna get interrupted onto the chaos bolt. Still unable to get this chaos bolt cast off. Actually super unfortunate for him. Infernal getting not able to do much right now. Mortal Coil onto Infernal does get interrupted onto. Oh, actually, Succubus on the Catalyst, but Infernal goes down either way. Intro Rogue right after Trick is immediately. Add going in for as much damage as he can. Catalyst does have the seed pod come out. Add, unless he gets stunned right now, I think Catalyst is over. Yep. Unless he had a stun, Catalyst is done. That was incredible. How did the Warlock? Was it just like the biggest chaos bolt ever? Looks like Ad does catch himself a bit of a reset. Lasmer isn't going to let him catch a bit of a reset at all. Charges right to him. Blind Lasmer trick out of it. Nat could maybe go for a full setup. Does he have a full setup? Evasion is available. Cloak of Shadows too. I don't really know if he needed to Cloak of Shadows there, but he did. Could go for a Shadow Blades. Shadow Blades available. Does he go for a big setup? Was in for a Night Fae ability too. Trying to make as much damage happen here into a Karma. Does he burn through a Karma? Laz doesn't look like Laz runs the heal. Oh, looks like he got Karma'd. Looks like the Monk does get the kill either way. At 71% dampener. Was the Monk running good Karma? I think the Monk might have been running good Karma and it didn't give him any healing. I thought it would give him at least some, but it got burnt through so quick. Looks like Korra is going to go out in the open. Christina getting that opener. Korra is going to take lots of damage to the face. Big old bite. Does have a port away. Does have Survival of the Fittest. That's going to be a scatter shot into Christina. Walking him, I think, through almost a trap, but looks like it's not going to walk him through a trap. Still trapped somewhere out in the middle. But Korra, I don't think he has enough health. Yep, that's over. Wow. Long duel by the Warlock. He did 700,000 damage to the Druid. That is a long time. That is a long duel. Damn.